Hi friends, this is Mainak Misra and welcome back to my channel. Today I will discuss with you one of the most important international films, The Lives of Others. Florian Henckel won Donnersmark's political thriller and spy film, The Lives of Others, vividly shows how citizens suffer when a country does not believe them and doubts their activities. Their basic civil and human rights are denied, and all the time they are kept and monitored under strict state surveillance without their prior permission or knowledge. East Germany or GDR, German Democratic Republic, did exactly the same with its countless innocent citizens. And they did it through its secret state security service, which was also known as Stasi. The story of the film revolves around an internationally acclaimed German playwright, Georg Dremen, who is kept and monitored under state surveillance in 1984 before the fall of Berlin Wall. However, the deployed Stasi officer, Gerd Wissler, slowly realizes that Dremen is not guilty. He does not do anything wrong. He is not an anti-state person. He follows socialism. So his perception about Dremen changes and he becomes more and more supportive toward Dremen. He starts helping him and he saves him from Stasi. Donnersmark's The Lives of Others shows how an individual can have the courage to hold an independent ideology and how a state officer turns into a good Samaritan who helps common citizens. In a complete totalitarian or authoritarian regime. The film starts with Stasi captain Gerd Wissler, who is training a group of new joiners in a training room when he is instructed by his manager Anton Grubis to bug and spy on internationally acclaimed German playwright Dremen. Wissler and his team secretly reach Dremen's apartment and set up the surveillance devices and wires. A small control room is opened in the attic of the same building. Wissler and his colleagues start monitoring Dremen's activities. However, he slowly realizes that Dremen is not guilty. He doesn't do anything wrong. He is not an anti-state person. He is being framed because of Minister Bruno Hem's lust for his girlfriend Christa Maria Seeland, who is a popular stage actress and has a secret affair with Bruno Hem. Hem forces her to engage in a sexual intercourse inside his car. Wissler connects Dremen's calling bell and makes him see Christa Maria getting off Hem's car. Dremen urges Christa Maria to end her affair with Bruno Hem. She agrees to that and reconciles with Dremen. Dremen's friend and collaborator, Albert Jarska, who is a blacklisted theater director, commits suicide. Dremen decides to write an anonymous article on suppressing the rise of suicide cases in GDR in the famous West German newsweekly Der Spiegel. An editor of that newsweekly smuggles an ultra-flat typewriter for Dremen. He hides that typewriter under the floorboard of his apartment. However, Krista Maria accidentally gets to see that. She sees that by chance. Dremen's article is published in Der Spiegel, causing much damage to the reputation of GDR. Being rejected by Krista Maria, Bruno Hemp orders Anton Grubis to arrest and blackmail Krista Maria so that she accepts that Dremen is the actual author of that article. Grubis arrests her and gets her interrogated by Whistler, who is an expert interrogator. And then Krista Maria admits, reveals the typewriter's location. However, before the arrival of Grubis and his team, Whistler hides the typewriter. He shifts the typewriter to a different location. So Grubis is not able to trace the typewriter, and he informs Whistler that his career is over and he will have to spend his remaining days with Stasi in Department M, a department for disgraced Stasi officials. After realizing that she has betrayed Dremen, Krista Maria runs out of that apartment, hits by a truck, and dies in Dremen's arms. While working in his department on 9th November 1989, Whistler hears the news of the fall of the Berlin Wall on the radio. He stands up and secretly leaves his office. 2 years later, Dremen meets Bruno Hemp during a performance of his play. He asks him why he was never bugged in GDR. Hemp replies that he was bugged in 1984 and the Stasi had full information about him. Dremen reaches his apartment and discovers now abandoned surveillance devices and wires. He reaches Stasi Records Agency and discovers that HGWX6x7, the code name of that Stasi officer, hid his typewriter and all his activities from Stasi. Dremen tracks down Whistler, sees him from a distance, however stays away from meeting him. A few years later, while walking past the inauguration poster of Dremen's new novel, Sonata of a Good Man, Whistler enters the shop and discovers that the novel has been dedicated to HWXX7 in gratitude. He buys a copy and the shopkeeper asks whether the copy needs to be gift wrapped. He replies, "No, this is for me." So this is the story. The lives of others shows three important points. The first point is how a state interferes with the lives of its common citizens. Their basic Civil and human rights are denied, violated, and all the time they are kept under strict surveillance. They are blackmailed to do certain activities. If any citizen is guilty, the state has all right to punish him, to prosecute him. But why are all the citizens bugged? Why are their private lives hampered? This is absolutely not justified. And this not only happened in GDR, this happened in multiple countries, and this is happening even today. The second important point that the film highlights, that in a complete totalitarian or authoritarian state, an individual has the courage to have an independent ideology and action, that he is not afraid. Dreman knows if he is caught, what will be the consequences. Still, he has the courage to write an anonymous article and causing much damage to the reputation of GDR. He has courage to march on, and he is not afraid of that. These individuals many times have changed an entire state mechanism. The third important point that the film highlights is how a state official turns into a good Samaritan and helps ordinary citizens. Initially, Whistler thinks that Dreman is an arrogant person. He is an anti-state person. But slowly he realizes that Dreman is not guilty. He is being framed because of Minister Brunohem's lust for his girlfriend Christa Maria Sealand. And he is trying to humiliate him by arresting him. So his perception about him changes and he turns more sympathetic toward him, helps him and saves him from Stasi. Modern society is largely indebted and grateful to these good Samaritans. This film is the real life story of Ulrich Muhe, who played Captain Gerd Whistler in the film. His second wife, Jenny Grollman, was believed to be a Stasi agent, and she revealed all the information about him to Stasi. However, later on it was found that she was blackmailed and the information was largely manipulated and fabricated. The film has been directed and the screenplay has been written by Florian Henckel von Donnersmark. Without much action and stunts, he has made a brilliant, outstanding political thriller and spy film. His direction is coupled with brilliant suspenseful music by Gabriel Yared and suspenseful cinematography by Hejan Bogdansky. The grayish lighting is multiple times filled with shadows, which gives the film a suspenseful look. So all these departments have been acted brilliantly and have been monitored and carefully constructed. The images have been carefully constructed. However, the most striking phenomenon of this film is Ulrich Muhe's portrayal of Captain, 'Stasi' Captain Gerd Whistler. 'Stasi' Captain Gerd Whistler' 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 'Stasi' He acts through facial expressions, even he acts through his eyebrows. His calm and well composed acting has made the film a quiet but extremely dynamic film. Sebastian Koch as Dremen looks handsome and justifies his character. Martina Gedeck as Christa Maria Silent is beautiful, elegant, seductive, and at the same point of time, broken and exhausted. The entire cast is incredibly powerful, strong. The Lives of Others is widely considered as one of the most important films in world cinema. It won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film at the 79th Academy Awards. It won the Best Film Not in English Language BAFTA Award at the 61st BAFTA Awards. It was also nominated for Best Foreign Language Film at the 64th Golden Globe Awards. So the film has received widespread critical acclaim all over the world and many awards. I hope that you have already seen this film. If you have not, please watch this film, and if you have any comment, put it down below. And the request goes again that please support my channel, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you do not miss regular updates. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.